Okay, we're underneath the hood of our 1971 Plymouth GTX. A real deal car. It is a numbers correct 440 that this car was born with, and the matching transmission 727 that it came with. The engine itself is all stock other than a set of finned aluminum valve pan covers, and it does have a Holley dual feed on it. Other than that, it is the correct intake, the correct water pump, the correct engine, exhaust manifolds, everything that this car was born with. It is a numbers matching car, and we believe it to be a real 34,000 mile car. 4-pass aluminum radiator in it, power steering, power brakes. Just recently installed a brand new original equipment type air conditioning compressor on the car. Ice cold air. Has a updated cell coil in it. The car underneath the hood is just as fresh and clean and nice as you would ever have one. All the stickers are intact the way they should be. Correct air cleaner. These motors were rated at 375 horsepower, which was a gross underrating on these vehicles. Made considerably more horsepower than that. Lots of torque, lots of great sounds also that these motors produced. Good solid engine, correct for the car. You'll not find a nicer engine compartment than this, as clean as can possibly be. Let's see what's on the rest of it. Hi, you're in Daytona Beach at Hanksters. A nice day outside and a great day inside because we have a 1971 Plymouth GTX. This particular car has one repaint on it. We believe it to be a real 34,000 mile car. Never in any trouble, never bumped anywhere, no panels replaced on it, all original tin. It's as nice a vehicle as you're ever going to find. The paint on it is absolutely gorgeous, you know. It's like a copper bronze color, and the paint is just beautiful. Hood fitment, you can see, is as nice as you'll ever find on any vehicle. It's got about 1/8 of an inch the whole way around it, clean up to the windshield. Great combination, great. Plymouth designation on the front. Chrome on the bumper is the original chrome that this car came with, and the chrome is just beautiful. No marks or dents on the bumper. Plastic on the grille with the GTS designation on the front is just the way it was in 1971 when it left the factory. Marker lights in the front are just as clean and bright as can possibly be. There's a stone chip right here. It looks like something must have kicked up a stone and hit that and chipped the paint there around the left-hand parking light. We're going to have to address that. It's a small spot, but it needs to be brush touched. Yeah, the entire grille surround is absolutely beautiful on this vehicle. Great front end on the car, great color combination. Let's see what we got down the side of it. Okay, down the driver's side of our GTX, the hood to the fender fitment, look how nice that is. There's no way you could get it any better than that. You can't even feel any difference, nothing. Side marker light, again, just as nice and fresh and clean as can be, and flush as can be also. Paint on this car is absolutely gorgeous. Whoever did the paint on this is a real artist. I love the way they do the stripes on the GTX. These were the optional stripes on it. 440, gee, I wonder if they wanted you to know that there's a 440 under the hood. No wheel trim, wheel well moldings on this particular car. A nice clean look to it. Kelsey wheels with the BFG tires on them. Everybody loves Kelsey wheels. There's nobody that doesn't. Tinted windshield. It does have air conditioning. It is the original windshield. No fading on the dash. Original ID plate on it. Trim around the window itself is just as clean and nice as can be. Original arms, aftermarket blades. A little better design on the blade, aftermarket ones than originally came on this car in 1971. Fender to the door fitment is really, really nice on this car. Dual racing mirrors, in this case they're chrome instead of color keyed. You had your choice either way. Rocker panel molding, really, really nice. No dents or marks in it. Paint on this car is really beautiful so far. The window wipes are fresh and clean, nice and soft. Rubber molding for sealing the windows on top is all really, really nice. Original and still very, very nice. Little tiny bit of patina on the chrome on top of the door handles, but nothing that would dictate that you would ever replace them. No way. Wipes on the rear window the same way. Roof, there's no marks or dents or indentations of any type on the roof. Drip rail molding, same way, no marks or dents. It's really a straight, nice, really a nice straight car so far. It's a little, I don't know what this is. The little mark on this side, it looks like something came out of the gun and splattered and stuck there, and they just left it. Certainly, you'd never want to repaint a car for something that's half the size of your little fingernail, but it is there. Just want you to know that it is there. Again, GTX designation. Fender well lips are nice and clean. Really, really a nice car so far. Something in the paint here. Apparently, whenever they were painting this quarter, something splattered out of the gun. You can see it in the right light, but there's something, must have been some water or something that was in the paint of the gun that splattered, and maybe a little piece in the tip as they were spraying got stuck here under the, and they just painted over it. Nothing that would make you try to redo anything on this quarter panel though. There's no reason to. It's just, it's that nice a paint job and that nice a car. Trim around the back window, which is also tinted. Hatch shelf is original and absolutely as clean and nice as can be. And the quarter panel, side marker light the same way as the front one. Really nice fitment on it. Really, really nice. Trim around the back, like I say, as nice as can be. Another little tiny splatter right there. I don't know what the heck. Again, it's nothing that you would, it's something you'll live with. It's minuscule enough that you would not try to repaint this area just to do away with something that you really have to look to see. Anyway, driver's side of the car, other than those couple imperfections that we found, is as straight and nice as can be. Literally laser straight down the side. Door fitment to the fender and the quarter panel is just exemplary. It's a very, very nice car. Real straight, original looking car so far. Let's see what's on the back. Okay, back end of our 71 GTX. Obviously the optional rear wing on the back of it, on the rear deck, which the fitment of the rear deck is the same as the hood. It's absolutely beautiful. Paint the same way. The paint on this car is just absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. No marks, no waves, no dents anywhere in it. The fitment of this this deck lid is, like I said, just it mimics the front. It's just as straight and nice as could possibly be. Definite GTX designation there. You can't miss that one. Chrome on the bumper is beautiful. Also the bumper fitment. Wow. Where it fits to the quarter panel and to the back of the car. Both sides just as gorgeous and straight as can be. Look at this. You need a micrometer if there's any deviation in it. Rear tail lights and backup light. The lenses are clear as can be. Chrome around them the same way, and it's all original. Just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's really difficult to find a car that's a 1971 that has its original chrome on it yet, that's in this fine of a condition. Correct fluted style exhaust tips with the rounded edges on them, which are Mopar fluted exhaust tips for this particular year car. Great back end on this car, the fitment, the finish, the whole package on the back end of this car is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what's on the passenger side. Okay, passenger side of our 71 GTX. Again, the side marker light in the rear, just as nice as could possibly fit. To the bumper the same way. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Trim around the back window on this side, the same as the other side. No marks or dents. Really a nice fitting car, nice finish on it. No imperfections whatsoever in this quarter. There must have been just something that I've done that splattered. That's the only thing it could possibly be. Paint on this car is just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. GTX designation again. Also in all our trim, all our pieces, other than a little tiny patina on both door handles, there's no pitting, no marks, no deterioration whatsoever on any of the GTX emblems on this car. Drip rail molding, same as the other side, absolutely zip. Wipes the same way as the other side, absolutely gorgeous. Quarter of the front, the back of the door. I know you can't see it in the video, but this is just absolutely perfect. If you took a straight edge down the side of it, there's no deviation at all in that. Paint on the door is stunning. Same way it fits on the front. There's just absolutely no overhang, no deviation whatsoever. Absolutely none. Correct antenna for the year. And again, I love these stripes with the 440 alone. They're definitely not shy about telling you that it's a 440 in this car either. And that is the only way you could get a GTX also in 1971. GTXs were defined with 1 of 2 engines, either a 440 as standard equipment or a 426 Hemi as an option. This particular car has a 440. Marker light in the front, same as the other 3. Absolutely fantastic. Paint on this car is just really stunning. Beautiful, beautiful combination that they have in this particular car. And original interior, which we'll see in a second here. It's a 1971 Plymouth GTX 440 car, standard motor that came with it. But this one has power steering, power brakes, and factory air conditioning with a new compressor that makes this thing blow icicles inside. Kelsey wheels on it. Great color combination, optional rear wing. Car's real straight and clean and original underneath, and it depicts itself as a 34,000 mile car. 33.7 actually on the clock, but 34,000 miles. Difficult to find. 71 was a new body style. A lot of people liked it, a lot of them didn't. It's a really great looking car. It's more of a modern design than the earlier Roadrunners and GTXs were. It's a very desirable car. The numbers of production started to decrease in 71. And they made less 71s than they did 68s or 69s. It's a very desirable, collectible car with the correct engine and transmission in this car. The entire driveline is all original. Runs and drives just like it looks. It's available here at Hankster's for a very reasonable price. You'll love it. We're on our 71 Plymouth GTX, a real 34,000 mile car. I have no doubt in my mind that it is. Original interior, not redone seats. Original carpeting, not redone. Original headliner, never been replaced. Original hat rack, rear seat, front seat, everything just as fresh and clean as can be. GTXs came standard with bucket seats. You had your choice of a center console with the automatic mounted in the center, or you could get the center armrest section that has a flop down where you can rest your arm. The bucket seats are still here. If you took this out, you could put a console in it with a 4-speed, or you had your choice. It was a factory option, no cost option, by the way. Dashboard is all original, nice and clean. It still has a lot of pliable feel to it. Original steering wheel, nice padded yet, not eaten up or faded anywhere. All the gauges in this vehicle function and work correctly. Everything lights up the way it should. It has the original AM/FM radio that came in the vehicle. It does have air conditioning. All the vents are all intact. No pieces broken out anywhere on them. Just as nice and fresh as can be. The doors are all original. You can see the fitment, all your software around them, your latches to let yourself out, the chrome trim. The window winds, everything is nice and shiny and clean, just the way it was. It's a great car inside. It's an original car. It has a lot of memories for me because my first new car that I actually bought, first new one, was a 1967 GTX, 426 Hemi 4-speed car. So GTXs to me were always a soft spot. I always liked these cars a lot. This car's no different. I really, really like this car a lot. I've driven it some. It does everything that you would expect a 440 GTX to do. It's certainly a lot more car than a Roadrunner. It's available here at Hankster's. It's an original car, one repaint, original engine and transmission. and very nominally priced. It's a great buy. Nice running car. It drives nice. All the gauges function as they should. Oil pressure's up, temperature's coming up, alternator's working, fuel gauges. Better get some fuel. I know it's working, but you better get some fuel. Tach's working, speedometer's working. Horn is not working. Wipers are working. Power brakes, they work really well. Stop nice and straight, even around a turn. Car pulls well, it goes down the road straight as an arrow, no hands. Turn around here and nice tight torquey car. Very nice tight torquey car. Hi, you're at Hangsters in Daytona Beach, Florida, underneath a 1971 Plymouth GTX. Real deal car. Real in the fact that it is the original numbers matching engine that this car was born with, and the numbers matching 727 tranny that this car initiated life with. The car is very, very straight underneath. It has power disc brakes in the front. All the steering gear is nice and tight, heavy duty torsion bars, heavy duty sway bar, new sway bar links. Pitman arm looks new. The engine has been out and freshened up from what we can see. No leaks on the oil pan, as you can see. No leaks on the bell housing of the transmission, and no leaks on the pan of the tranny either. The car is really, really straight. It does retain its standard cast iron exhaust manifolds. They go into about 2 1/4 inch pipes. Everything is original underneath this car, just as nice and clean as can be. Subframes are nice, no dents, no marks in them. A couple of light jack marks on this one right here. Splatter undercoating that Mopar installed from the factory in the fender wells and on some of the parts of the undercarriage is still intact on the vehicle. The cross section that ties in the tube subframes to the floor pans is nice, no dents, no jack. Well, one jack mark here again, and one here. Someone put jack stands on it. Very, very slight, and has absolutely no detrimental effects on any of the structural rigidity of this vehicle. Absolutely none. Again, no leaks. Floor pans are original floor pans, not been replaced, and they don't need any replacement. Original brake lines down the driver's side, original fuel lines down the passenger side. Emergency brake still intact and original and functional. Again, our 2 1/4 pipes going back, transitioning into 2 under chassis mufflers. They look like, what are they called, Flow Max mufflers, similar to a original equipment muffler, a little shorter, a little lighter, a little bit more sound to it. The car is just as straight underneath as you could possibly hope for. I haven't found a dent in any of the floorboards, other than a couple little light jack marks that are on the subframes in the front. That's the only thing that I can see so far underneath this car. Let's go to the other half and see what we can find there. Okay, second half of our 71 Plymouth GTX. Subframes in the rear are absolutely beautiful. The torque boxes, which are reinforced on these 71 up cars, similar to what a Hemi car had, and this being a 440 car, does have the extra structural supports on the torque boxes in the front. Really great condition. Floor pans in the back are just as they were in the front. In fact, they even have some of the original splatter coating on them yet. A couple of light jack marks on the torque boxes in the front, where somewhere through the years someone had a jack stand under it. Nothing to do with the structural integrity of the car at all. Discs in the front, new shocks in the front, new shocks in the rear. They're air shocks in the rear, drum brakes in the rear, 8 3/4 inch heavy duty rear end, posi rear end in the car. This being a 440 car, the 440s and the Hemis had 6 leafs on the driver's side, 7 leaf on the passenger side to compensate for the torque twist of the vehicle whenever you drop the hammer on it hard. A lot of torque behind these engines. Original gas tank, original fuel lines, tailpipes coming out of the under chassis mufflers appear to be 2 1/8, maybe. Yeah, they're 2 1/8. Those are 2 1/4. These are 2 1/8. They go into the correct style fluted exhaust tips, which we pointed out to you on our walk-around video of the vehicle. The floor pans in the back, the drop downs are very, very nice. This particular side looks like it had a little tiny bit of work. It could be just in the undercoating. I can't really tell. The body panel is still, the drop down in the quarter is still original. The quarters haven't been replaced. Maybe just something in the undercoating, but it is something there. Little dent in the gas tank right here, about the size of your knuckle. Springs have a nice arch to them. Very, very nice car underneath. Very strong car. Contains most of its originality with the floor pans and even some of the primer that's sprayed on the inside of the rocker panels is still present in the vehicle. It's as nice as you'd ever find a 1971 original style, numbers matching Plymouth GTX. It wasn't a rotisserie restoration. It didn't need to be. It was a fresh up, one repaint, and you got an absolute knockout car with the correct engine, tranny, driveline in it, with what we believe to be 34,000 miles. You have a lot of fun with this thing, and it's available here at Hangsters in Daytona Beach, Florida.